Well, hello there, Gemini. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today we are going to take a look at what the rest of January has in store for you. So this is your mid-January reading. We'll take a look first at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move into the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance and how to move closer to what you are truly desiring in your life. So let's take a look at your animal spirit, moss spirit, surrender now. Wow, there is a huge energy coming in with that. So in about not even 10 days, about a week, we have finally, Capricorn season will be over and we're moving into Aquarius season, which is so much better for your energy, Gemini. So if you feel like the beginning of this new year has not really kind of like been the energy that you had been wanting with the new year, it's like the new year really isn't going to start for you until we enter Aquarius season on the 21st, okay? And really, it's about probably the 29th when we have the new moon in Aquarius, where you're going to kind of like, you've been having this energy about kind of like feeling like your wings have been clipped, like you couldn't fly, like you're still grounded, this energy of, I'm stuck to the ground. They're kind of, I know this is part of the wings or something, but I always feel like they look like shoes to me, like high heels. It's like, I'm stuck to the ground. And there is an energy of, I want to fly. Okay, they're showing me like a rocket ship, on the launch pad. I'm here, I'm ready to fly. When am I going to, when is the countdown? Okay, the countdown has begun. Maybe that's what I'll title this. The countdown has begun. It's time to get ready to fly. But part of that is that we have to allow ourselves to surrender to where we're going, right? Not having perhaps a strategy, a plan. It's a little bit of allowing yourself to take off and to allow new opportunities, new situations, new relationships to come onto your path. Okay, so the message I'm getting is that if you have too much of a path, you're too rigid in your thinking about where it is that you're wanting to go, you're going to lose out on opportunities or relationships or situations that are more in alignment with what your heart truly desires. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, choosing your path, all is possible. But that's the part that they're really highlighting. All is possible. I feel like you have a little bit, okay, like, I really love space. And it's kind of like, when they program a rocket to go up into space, right? They have a trajectory, right? They program it to go in a certain path. The rocket, if it doesn't hit any obstacles in the air or whatever, or anything goes wrong, right? That it's going to follow that path. That they have it programmed. And there's a little bit of this Capricorn energy. The Capricorn energy is, this is the path, and I'm not going off of that path, that trajectory. That's all I'm going to keep my focus on. But here's the thing. You may, if you're finding that new people and new situations aren't coming onto your path, especially once Aquarius season begins, or new ideas, ways to expand, right? It's kind of like, then you're just going on that trajectory and you're missing out on a lot of different opportunities that are available to you because you're too focused on a certain trajectory. Okay, so let's see what we have here for your gift during this time period. Ambition. Yeah, it says, I am ambitious and do not procrastinate or waste time being negative, right? But part of it is that There can sometimes be a negative or shadow aspect to being a little bit too rigid. There's something about maybe being too rigid in where it is that you're wanting to go. Okay, so some of you could be more too rigid in thinking about how much money you want to make or how much success that you want to have. But it's understanding that there's a lot of different definitions of success. Don't allow yourself to be contained, okay, or held back, limited by a certain definition of success. So that could be the definition of success that you grew up with in your family, or what society may say is successful, right? We're moving into Aquarius season. Pluto has moved into Aquarius. We have this 20 years of expansion. That success isn't defined by maybe what you look like, or what you own, or what you do, or any of that, right? It's kind of like looking at it as success is defined differently for different people, and allowing yourself to step into that energy. Surrendering to the journey of, yes, I don't have to allow myself to stay confined to, oh my goodness. Oh, this is beautiful. You have the 10 of Cups underneath. After feeling orphaned, if you've been feeling orphaned, especially since 2008, because that Pluto and Capricorn energy, until we are out of Capricorn season, is really still kind of like sticking with us. It's like, So I feel like one of the reasons that you may feel sad, abandoned, rejected, and that could be even a shadow aspect of yourself where you're feeling kind of like you're rejecting or shaming yourself, perhaps because you feel like you haven't met the definition of success that maybe you had as a child, maybe that your family has had, right? I'm not saying that at one time you didn't define success in a certain way, right? But this is you realizing your own idea of what makes you happy, what makes you, successful in the terms of happiness and joy and abundance in your life are different maybe than what they were. And part of the problem has been is that you've only allowed yourself to define happiness, joy, abundance, success in a certain way. And you're realizing, but that has confined me. It means that I haven't been able to explore other parts of myself or have experiences, right? That I really and truly have wanted to have. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So the other thing is, because I feel like this energy is really playing out, and I put a reading up about that this weekend, and I'll link it to the end of this video, about the nodal transit. So the North Node has moved into Pisces, and the South Node moved into Virgo. That occurred on Saturday, and that'll be with us for 18 months. This is a magical time for us as Geminis, okay, because I'm a Gemini sun. This transit is transiting our 10th house of career, legacy, right? It's kind of like maybe at one time you thought your purpose, your legacy, the impact you were going to make on the world was defined, okay, by people in your family, society, whatever. Okay, it's kind of like, well, I went to college, I got this degree in this field, so I have to stay in that field the rest of my life. You saying, no, wait a minute. I enjoyed learning about that. Maybe I enjoyed a career in that field, but guess what? I can change, right? I can evolve. I can have new interests. I can go in new ways. I don't have to stay on that trajectory of I got a degree in this and I have to stay with it. This is you recognizing Okay, something that you have kept hidden, okay, from the world. Perhaps you haven't been shining your true self as brightly, or you have had obstacles in shining your true light brightly. So let's see what we have. Yeah, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. You're taking a good look. You're putting a magnifying glass to the things that have prevented you from stepping out of the safety zone and going off of that proposed trajectory and surrendering to your intuition, surrendering to the synchronicities that are coming onto your path, and allowing yourself to say, hey, I'm going to go and experiment with that. I'm going to become more curious about that. I don't have to make it a career. I don't have to make it my life purpose, right? I'm enjoying learning more about my spirituality, because Pisces in our North Node is helping us to experiment more, expand more in our 12th house of spirituality, magic, learning how to manifest in a new way, right? And especially in your career sector, in your reputation sector, in your legacy sector. You could have thought, yeah, no, I have to stay on this certain trajectory. And now you're allowing yourself to step off that path and not feel like, I mean, I can kind of relate to that. It's kind of like, well, if I allow myself to invest time and energy into a new hobby or a new area, open up spiritual gifts or whatever, new people, traveling, you have travel here. If I do that, then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I have to turn that into something. No, you can do it just for the pleasure of it, right? You don't have to turn it into a business or a new something in your life, right? It's kind of like, oh, I can have a romantic relationship with somebody, but I don't have to make it committed, right? I'm not talking about like just one night stands or something, but there's something that we can gain out of allowing ourselves to meet new people, to have relationships with new people, and not also feel like it has to become something committed. It's a sense of experimenting here. It's part of your path of allowing yourself to travel to new people, new places, new situations, just opening, just allowing yourself to open, to surrender to synchronicities that are coming onto your path, learning new things, meeting new people, and not saying, oh, then I have to be tied to it, because there's something here. There's some fear around, well, if I try new things or I step out of my comfort zone, if I go off that rocket trajectory, right? Then, okay, I'm going to meet all this competition. I'm going to have all this chaos in my life because I have to turn it into something. There's something like, can I just learn for the pleasure of learning? Because there's something here about just learning, being curious, being open, just saying, okay, I'm just surrendering. I'm just going to go on this journey, perhaps doing some traveling, okay? Allowing yourself to come more in contact with other people that see the world the way that you do or are curious about the same things. Doesn't mean you have to step into, it's kind of like, I met this woman the other day that at this spiritual kind of metaphysical place that I go to. And, she was really into crystals and I was really into crystals. But then all of a sudden it was kind of like, oh, well, I have to turn crystals into something, right? I have to start teaching everybody about crystals, but I really don't. Right? It's kind of like the energy of, oh, I'm gathering this information. I'm gathering this experience. I don't know where this is going to lead, but I'm just going to be present-minded about it. I'm going to enjoy it. I don't have to turn it into something, because there's something here that you're actually blocking yourself from. That is your destiny. And this is that Pisces and North Node energy. if we allow ourselves to work with this energy for the next 18 months, we're going to unlock these spiritual gifts, these new ways of seeing ourselves in the world, of understanding more deeply who we are. Destiny is on our side these next 18 months, Gemini. So it really and truly is about allowing ourselves to surrender and saying, okay, if I'm going to allow destiny, if I'm going to allow fates, it says the fates, right? If I'm going to allow the fates to take the reign here, right? I'm not going to allow myself to feel like I have to stay on this certain path. And it may mean you may have to leave a job, a relationship, a mindset. I think this is more of a mindset. I have to leave that mindset behind so that I can go in the direction of what it is. Yeah, oh my gosh, Wheel of Fortune. You have a huge decision coming up in this time. I don't feel like it's really going to come in until Aquarius season. But destiny, you have destiny twice, the Wheel of Fortune. Both of these are the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny is knocking on your door. Are you going to allow yourself to knock on the door? Or are you going to say, nope, sorry, I got my path planned out? Because that is the decision. And I feel like, look, it's the Lover's energy. It's your Gemini energy, right? It could have to be like you have this path planned out for your career, right? And you have this path, and then all of a sudden destiny knocks and it's a new love partner coming in, right? It's kind of like, oh, okay, well, am I going to answer the door to this new romantic relationship? Or am I going to say, nope, this is where I'm going? This is a year of allowing yourself to surrender, to answering the knock. Okay, you have the travel card, right? It's kind of like you got the doors closed. No, don't bring, they're saying the fuller brush man. Okay, that really shows my age, okay? When I was a kid, the fuller brush man would come to the door knocking, right? Have his suitcase so full of brushes that he was trying to sell you, right? It's kind of like, no, not answering the door. I don't want to answer any other opportunities. But in that suitcase, right, if you allow yourself to answer the door, in this suitcase is also new gadgets, new tools, new ideas, new people that are going to help you to go in a direction that is closer to what your heart truly desires. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to pack your suitcase. It's time to say yes to this. Because this is the thing, your obstacle here is a beautiful energy. You have the Empress, true love, truth be told. It's almost... This is so interesting because look, love is knocking at your door, but you're saying no, thank you. So let's talk about what is love, right? What is true love? This is you allowing yourself to follow what your heart truly desires, allowing yourself to take those little breadcrumbs that the universe is bringing onto your path and saying, yes, yes, please. I'd like to try a little of that. It doesn't mean, though, that you have to completely commit to it. Allow yourself to let go of, I have to turn this into a business. I have to turn this into a long-term relationship. Where is this going to lead? Because that's all your fears, right? It's what's holding you back. It's kind of like understanding the universe is bringing you opportunities to see a different part of yourself than you see at this moment, okay? It's allowing you to really see what your heart truly desires and what you really have to offer to the world, especially around helping, mothering, caring, sharing your light with other people. The Empress energy is the divine feminine energy. This is you stepping truly into your divine feminine energy. You know, mothering yourself. This is the mother energy, creation, okay? Creating new businesses, there's something here about connecting not only to your own heart, but connecting to the hearts of others and perhaps allowing yourself, perhaps, to build a business on that, okay? Allowing yourself to see that it's more about the connections that you're making and not focusing maybe so much on the money. That's kind of interesting. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, Empress again. Yeah, oh, this is so interesting. You have the Empress, the Ten of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Defending what it is that you truly love. Defending you, right? Defending what your heart truly desires. Allowing yourself to experiment, to learn what it is that you desire, that you love. And you can't know what that is unless you're willing to go to the buffet. They're saying the buffet of opportunities. It's your mindset is limited at this time, Gemini. And 2025 is a 9-year. And I'll link your 2025 reading up because 2025 is a 9-year, and it's about allowing yourself to discover the seeds that you want to plant in 2026, which is a 1-year. A 9-year is where we're plowing the field, we're preparing the field, we're figuring out what seeds we want to plant in the next year. This is you saying, okay, this is a year for me to experiment. What am I curious about? What new people would I like to meet? To surrender to the fact that you're saying to the universe, bring it on, open it up. Open up the opportunities. Knock on my door. Bring a suitcase full of new people and new situations. I want to taste everything at the buffet, and then allow myself to decide what it is that I truly love and where I want to go. Because I think that there's something here about still a little bit of that Capricornian energy of thinking, this is my path, right? This is the direction my life is going in. Even if you don't have like crystal clear clarity around that, it's kind of like, well, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm meant to do, right? You're either in that or you're completely lost, okay? And not allowing yourself to see opportunities, to listen to your intuition that helps guide you to opportunities. Or you're covering your ears and you're saying, no, I don't want anybody knocking at my door. You know, this is if you're confused, this is about awakening to seeing the opportunities that are coming in and are already available to you. And if you're rigid and think you know where you're going, this is also about, okay, I'm going to be more flexible and allow myself to listen and to see. Talk to your guides more, right? Okay, so let's see what your advice is. Yeah, I feel like somebody is wanting to knock on your door and mend things with you, okay? But here's the other thing. I think this is your inner child, Page of Cups, right? Knocking on your door, right? And saying, let's go play. Let's get back to what we really love. Let's allow ourselves to not feel like we have to be ambitious and turn everything into a project, right? Can we just sit at the buffet and taste a little bit of everything? Can we go play? I think this is you mending your relationship with your own heart, okay? Mending your relationship with your inner child. Yeah, and really deciding who do I feel comfortable with, right? Who sees my value? Do I see my own value, right? Really allowing yourself to protect who you are and what it is that you love. And I feel like you may be a little bit tested in that, perhaps over the year, right? Kind of like allowing yourself, there may be people in your life that are kind of like, yeah, but you're going off the path, you're going off your trajectory, you're going off, you're not following the GPS. This is you saying, I don't need the GPS. I have to admit, I'm a person that has pretty good sense of direction, right? And sometimes you know, sometimes I have, I'll be in the car with somebody and they don't have a good sense of direction. They're just following the GPS. Sometimes I'll have to admit, when I just follow the GPS, I have more difficulty than when I kind of like get the big picture of where I'm going, right? And then allow my sense of direction. That's a little bit of this energy of allowing yourself to turn off the GPS and allowing your own internal sense of direction, your own intuition guide you. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is the energy of where you are, and we're going to clarify this. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Difficult energy around not feeling like you're worthy enough, like you're not allowed to kind of go in the direction that you want to go in. You could have people in your life, this is that energy I was picking up, that want you to stay on the path that is not where your heart is wanting to go, right? Having to deal with that. Maybe family and friends that are kind of like, where are you going? This could also be the energy of people that you have had to deal with in the past, right? That, let's see. Yeah. I think that this is a people that are in your life, or perhaps that lingering energy, especially during Capricorn season, of people that have kind of taught you or conditioned you to believe that there's only a right or wrong way to do it. King of Swords and Judgment. That everything is judged for the outcome, okay? So if I decide that I want to get more invested into crystals, right, that's either a waste of time if I'm not going to turn it into something, a business or whatever, right? It's kind of like you can't just allow yourself to enjoy learning about something or enjoy it for a short time. It's kind of like, there's a right and wrong way to do things, and that you're understanding that has, because of that, you have made some decisions in your life and you have sticked with it with this Knight of Swords. It's kind of like being super determined, even if it wasn't in alignment with what you want or made you feel less than or broke your heart, right? It's kind of like, for some of you, this could be even relationships that you stayed in, okay, because of maybe family or religious beliefs around, no, you have to stick it out. You have to stay with it till the end, right? You're understanding, well, if I do that, then I'm limiting the opportunities I'm allowing myself to have, because if it fails, if it doesn't go the way that I'm supposed to go, right? I don't turn it into a big success, then, oh my goodness, it was a total waste of time. That is changing. You're changing. If you allow this Pisces North Node energy, you're changing that. The Pisces North Node, the Virgo South Node. So the Virgo shadow elements are coming into play here, right? It's kind of like the shadow elements of Virgo, and we all have that, but that's really coming in. Overly critical, right? But feeling like everything has to be perfect. Either we have to be perfect, do it perfect, or others in our life have to do it perfectly, right? It can be anxiety. You have the Nine of Swords here, sleepless nights, right? Because you're too anxious about it, or analysis paralysis. Please go watch that video, because that energy is really and truly coming out. It's the nodal transit. Understanding that when we see things as either a success or a failure, right, that we're losing the joy out of it because we're so anxious. It has to be successful, whatever it is, relationship, job, hobby, whatever, right? But then we're losing the play, the enjoyment of just experiences, of sitting at that buffet and saying, oh, yeah, I want to try a little bit of everything. And then I may want to go back and have seconds or thirds of something else. Or maybe I enjoy something so much I want to learn how to cook it, right? But it's kind of like this energy that you're limiting your possibilities by thinking you have to be successful in something or else it's not worth your time and energy. There's also something here about I can't play, right? I have to work. I have to work hard to earn the accolades of other people, right? So that they'll think I'm worthy of something because you're working on your worthiness. Is it okay for me to go play? Is it okay, right? It's almost like maybe part of you is, that child part of ourselves, like, asking your mom or your dad, can I go outside and play, right? And then their first response may have been, well, did you clean your room and do your homework, right? Did you do your chores? And then you can go outside and play. This is the energy of, well, but there's always more to do, so I never get to go play. This is the energy of, no. Yes. Do you want to do those things that are good for you on a daily basis? Yes, you definitely do. But you also have to have time to go play, to enjoy life, to reconnect with your inner child. Wow, beautiful energy. I feel like that this is what's happening. You may even have, we have the Wheel of Fortune twice. Somebody in your life calls you up and says, hey, let's go on a trip. Or you get some, opportunity to travel or to see new people or new places or new activities. It's kind of like answer the door. Answer the door. Say yes. Allow yourself to get off that trajectory. Wow. And it doesn't mean that you're giving up on the trajectory. I think that's the other thing. Well, if I go on this little detour, then that means I'm saying no. It's kind of like, the King of Swords is black and white, yes and no, right and wrong, right? There's no gray with the King of Swords. This is the energy of, well, wait a minute. Yeah, I can go on that sabbatical. I can go on that vacation. I can take advantage of some opportunity that is coming onto my path, but then I can come back to where I am, right? It doesn't mean I'm closing a door. There's this energy of, well, if I go in a different direction, then I'm closing a door. No, maybe you're not closing a door. You're just going on vacation. You're just taking a little side trip. For some of you that are so into your career, this is the energy of love perhaps coming onto your path. So how does that fit in, right? Can you allow yourself to say, well, I want to open that door. I want to see where that may go. And if it goes and it grows and is beautiful, fabulous. And if it isn't, that's okay too, because I allowed myself to step out of that trajectory. I allowed myself to expand my heart and try new things. Wow, beautiful energy. All right, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And Gemini, I do personal readings. I would be so honored to do a personal reading for you. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. All right. Yes. Do I know all my strengths and am I using them? I think that that's one of the things is that when we stay on that same trajectory, when we don't allow ourselves to experiment in new things, right? Then part of it is that we can't gain strength in new areas. Right? This is about also allowing yourself to expand your horizons in order to gain new strengths, right? When we keep doing the same thing or we're only dealing with the same people, right? Part of it is that, our strengths and weaknesses probably don't change. And part of it could be that you're afraid to try new things because if you try it and you don't do it right the first time, that Virgo South Node, right? I don't do it right the first time, then, oh my goodness, well, that's not meant for you. Well, there's something about, did you enjoy it? It's kind of like, and I've shared this. I love to do pottery, okay? My pottery objects are not worth anybody, I always start with the intention, oh, I'd love to make this for so and so. And I do, and I make it and I give it, right? But it's kind of like my pottery has not really improved over the years, but I truly enjoy it. And that is a strength, is being able to enjoy something just for the enjoyment of it and not feeling like you have to do it the right way or be successful at it. So maybe one of your new strengths is understanding a strength is being able to enjoy it and not feel like you have to produce something or do it the best or do it well in order to just enjoy it. Wow, that is powerful, Gemini. Do you understand? I mean, I'm kind of having an aha moment myself. It's kind of like, do you understand how much more we would enjoy life if we considered one of our powers, our strengths, right, is that we can enjoy things just for the sense of enjoyment and not feeling like it has to have some successful outcome. I'm just going to enjoy this. I'm just be in the present moment and enjoy what it is that I'm curious about, want to expand in my life. I'm just enjoying. Wow, powerful energy there. All right, well, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you so much love and light. Thank you so much for all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.